Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So today in this video you're going to watch another kind of kurti neckline. So to make this neckline I'm going to start by marking my shoulders. So this absolutely depends upon you. You have to mark your shoulder, armhole, and then your neckline width. So I'm beginning with marking my shoulders. So once after marking the shoulders and armhole, you're going to mark the width of the neckline. So for me, the width of the neckline is going to be like 3 inches. And from that width, I'm going to mark the depth of the neckline. So the depth is going to be like 4 inches. So from there, I'm going to draw a rectangle with a light chalk because I don't want to make it too dark as this is a light color fabric. And in this I'm going to use my French curve and I'm going to draw a U neckline inside this, and further this neckline is going to become big, that is I'm going to increase the depth. So this neckline is going to have a two pattern in that. So one is U neckline, and from that I'm going to mark for 1 inch, might be less than an inch. Okay, just give a mark and you're going to draw a straight line from the top. Okay, just use your ruler and draw a straight line like this, connecting that to your U neckline. And from this point it's going to go like an angle like this, and this is how the neckline is going to look. Okay, so from the top the neckline is going to measure like 12.5 inches. Okay, and you're going to cut into this and you're going to make an opening for 12.5. so this absolutely depends upon you. Now the depth of my neckline is going to be like 6 inches, so I'm going to give a piece of fabric for the rest of the fabric, and now I'm going to cut inside the neckline like this, and I'm going to separate this neckline from my kurti. Okay, once after cutting this I'm going to use a interfacing and I'm going to interface this neckline. Okay, little by little I'm going to cut into my U neckline also. So I'm just turning this fabric according to my comfortable and I'm just cutting my U neckline. It's really simple and very beautiful neckline. Even a plain fabric will turn really nice when you wear with this neckline. Very simple and easy to make. So now I'm taking my interfacing canvas, and the folded edge of the interfacing canvas should match the folded edge of your fabric like this. Now you can see I'm just matching the folded edge together, and I'm going to draw the same on my interfacing canvas. See, and starting from the down point, and I'm drawing my U neckline now. Okay, and now once it's done I'm just removing the fabric and I'm going to give some seam allowance for this, which is absolutely left up to you. You can start giving the seam allowance just like a 1/4 inch, and I'm giving for 1 inch. It can be too thin or too thick, it's left up to you. So now I'm just cutting on the exact marked line I have made, and then I'm going to cut the inside of my interfacing canvas, the same U and the inner part of this neckline. So once it's done I'm going to press this firm on a piece of fabric, the same color, cream color fabric, and now you can see the neckline is pressed nice and neat on a cream color fabric, and I'm leaving some marginal amount of fabric in this, and I'm just cutting this out because you're going to close the interfacing raw edge, so you're going to leave a marginal amount of fabric for that, and I'm just cutting this out like such. So little by little you're going to cut this out. Once the outside fabric is done you're going to cut inside the inside fabric, and now I'll be folding this raw edge inside and I'm going to sew this out, and after sewing I'm going to match the interfacing canvas on the pre side of the fabric. So this is the pre side of the fabric, and I'm going to match this out, and I'm going to sew this entire neckline. And this anchor thread has been winded in a bobbin case. It's an embroidery thread, and I'm going to give this lace for my neckline. And another thing you have to do is just take a piece of fabric, fold it in half, and the width of this fabric is going to be like a 3 inches. And let me draw a center line. So this fabric is going to come on the exact center of the neckline, so it's going to act as a close for that opening. You're going to close the opening with this fabric. So first draw a straight line, and from that straight line you're going to continually mark these kind of angled line, and with the help of the embroidery thread you're going to sew on this angle line. Okay, so last time I have uploaded a video using embroidery thread. Most of them asked me whether you have to chain the top thread, that is the needle thread. It's really impossible to insert the embroidery thread inside the needle hole, so that's the reason we are winding the embroidery thread on the bobbin, and at the top of the needle thread is going to remain the same, the normal thread. And now we can see I'm just laying the interfacing canvas on the pretty side of the fabric, and I'm start sewing from the U neckline, and it's going to go all the way down. So wherever you're getting into the turn, make sure that you put your needle in and you turn the fabric out. And I have made a clear mark where you have to turn the fabric, which gives you a really a good idea where to turn the fabric if you are a beginner. And little by little I'm sewing this. So once after sewing this interfacing canvas, I'm just adding some notches to the neckline. So everything is happening on the pre side of the fabric. So here comes a 3 notches exactly on the point, the meeting points. So after adding 3 notches at the point, you're going to add notch at the point over here, and also on the U neckline. Okay, so after adding these notches, you're going to turn this interfacing canvas to the wrong side like such. This is how it's going to work. So make sure that you use a sharp and pointy tip to take out the pointy tip of your neckline. You can use your pen, pencil, or a scissor to take out the pointy tip. And now I'm sewing my little piece of fabric with an embroidery thread in that. So the top part of the needle thread is a normal plain thread as we use for stitching, and the only thing we made here is I have changed the bobbin to the embroidery thread. And you can see this is the pretty side. Pretty side you'll be getting the embroidery thread, and to the wrong side you still remain with your normal thread. This is how it's work, and I'm just going to sew like such. So I'm going to sew this entire fabric in the same way. Okay, little by little I'm going to sew it. And so once it's done, after turning the neckline, you're going to just place this piece of fabric inside the neckline like this, and you're going to pin that in place before taking that to your sewing machine. And as I told, I want the depth of the neckline till 6 inches, so you can alter according to your wish as much as you want, and you can alter this piece of fabric till the neckline that you need. And I'm just pinning that in place, and I'm going to take this to my sewing machine, and I'll be putting a top stitch. And in this video I'll be showing you how to turn a straight lace on your U neckline. Continuing this, so just put a top stitch to finish off the style. Very simple, really elegant neckline, believe me, it just came out really beautiful. So same like this, you're going to put your needle in and turn the foot up, and you're going to turn the fabric like this. Okay, so little by little I'm just sewing my neckline in. So if you want, you can give some other color for the inner neck fabric also, that is the fabric inside the neckline. Okay, it's left up to you. And now our neckline is done. So the next thing is I'll be showing you how to turn the straight lace. So what I'm doing here is I'm just placing my pointing finger at the back side and I'm sewing the lace little bit. So what happened here is the lace gives a beautiful gathering, and that gathering is going to sit on the U neckline nice and neat. And now you can see the gathering part is sitting on the exact U neckline. 100% you can't turn a straight lace on a U neckline 100%, but if you follow the small trick like this, for sure you can turn any kind of straight lace to any kind of neckline. So this is a small trick you can follow, and again it's going to be straight now. So starting you're going to have some gathering and then you're going to sew as like that. So when you're getting into the neck side of the U neckline, make sure you take out the lace and you gather and then attach to the U neckline. Okay, so now comes the straight part. It's a very easy to sew the straight part again. So at the place of turning, make sure you turn the lace nice and neat to give that pointy tip, which is very important. And so now we are getting into the next side of the U. Again, I'm gathering the lace like such for a little bit, and then I'm going to sew that to my U neckline like this. So once it's done, our neckline is ready, and this how it's look. So pretty, so neat. I totally loved it. I just love this neckline because it just stays simple and neat, and even a plain fabric will turn really beautiful if you come make this kind of neckline. And hope you like this video, and if you like this video and if you want more simple and elegant neckline designs like this, don't forget to subscribe my channel, and also don't forget to hit on the thumbs up button below. So see you next time with a different kind of style. Till then, take care. Bye bye.